in terms of agric, like I said, the area is big. But let's be honest. You should be the kind of person that you are ready to go down, or you don't want stains in your clothes. Then you have issues.
So you must be ready to put your hand into the ground
everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, you see John Jomelo on YouTube cooking jollof rice and call the workers, Charlie, let's come and eat. That's the bottom line.
So you need to drop the pride that you are a graduate. You need to drop it down.
The pride is supposed to be your pocket.
That's the money. When you put the hand into the fish pond and you are rearing the fish, you are feeding.
The pride is supposed to be your pocket. So the youth should ask themselves question that if they also give birth to children like today, would they be able to pay their fees? If you are criticizing the elders, your fathers and other people, but they were able to pay for your fees.
Yeah.
Today you ask yourself, most of our youth, you don't want to get married because the there is not there. So your pride first is
your pocket. And what will fill the pocket is putting your hand to work.
Bro, that's what I tell you. If I take you to most villages that I have been to, because I need people to also motivate me when I started a farm. I go to places and you see them, they were 10 times dirty than me.
But they are rich.
And when I got there, I feel embarrassed.
With the dress you were wearing?
Yes. Because you put on nice shirt and then the man with the dirty clothes, what he's doing. Look, I took my friend to Ashanti region when we want to do fish farming.
Okay.
So we went there because there, the fish farming, they are doing well.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Ashanti
region, fish farming, they are doing very well.
Okay.
I mean, when you go, you see earth dams. Some have earth dam, earth ponds. Sorry.
Okay.
Earth ponds. That somebody have like 20 acres
of fish
covered with fish ponds.
Okay.
You understand? And then you get to the farm, you have dressed nice, we got a car, we drove to the place. The man haven't got a car, but he was able to hire a bulldozer, an excavator on his farm.
To excavate
and
go into...
He's constructing, what they call it?
A pond.
And he hired excavator and bulldozer to his farm for 1 month.
So this is where the question comes.
Yes.
A graduate who has just finished last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
His question is, how do I get a capital to start?
That one, I will not give you the answer. Because that man I'm talking about, he started 20 years ago.
So how did he start?
He started with nothing.
He started with nothing?
Nothing.
So the youth starting with nothing, when you say it, it's like they don't want... It's difficult for them to...
It is because what I said to you, whatever you want to do, first you need to be introduced into those things.
Okay. First, so introduction to it.
Yes, because if you
and
don't
the
have...
people in it.
Yes, because right now, if you don't have the background...
Okay.
If I tell you right now, it's like a Nancy story.
Yes, yes.
You don't have the background. So as I'm talking to you now, it's a Nancy story.
Even
I'm giving you
how to go and render the dozer, the excavator.
You know,
it's like it sounds huge.
Yes,
yes.
We also hire dozer staff.
Yeah.
Come to come and construct.
Yes.
We had you see there was a dam.
Yes, I have seen a dam.
Good, but it didn't start from there, and so the fact is, if you are looking at where to get the money to go and hire a bulldozer and start your farm, that's a joke.
So meaning you can't start big at once.
No way.
You have to start small.
No way.
So I can have maybe 2 meters square of fish pond in my porch.
Bro.
Start there.
Yes.
And continue to expand it.
Today, most of our youth, they go on the net. But they know areas where they want to go. There are areas that is teaching you that behind your house,
you can
have a pond.
Not necessarily the earth pond.
No.
You can do
A small concrete pond.
Okay.
Buy like 100 blocks
Okay.
and then start a pond
Okay.
and put fish inside. That's it.
And if you don't want to use the blocks, you can use the tarpaulin.
Yes. That's why I said, you see, you need to have a background. Because if I'm telling you this, it's like a pastor preaching you.
Okay.
You have no idea. You haven't been to Bible school.
Okay.
He have been there and he's telling you. It sounds weird to you.
Okay.
Until yourself
You decide to exploit.
you understand.
Break it down.
And so let me tell you, the youth that are choked with problems that in terms of
Job.
finding a job, they are not to be blamed.
They are not to be blamed.
No, they are not to be blamed.
So who do we blame?
Because the foundation. Who give them the foundation?
The information given to them.
Who give them the foundation? If
Ghana,
you are here
Ghana
today,
Education Service.
who give them foundation? I don't know who.
Ghana
I don't know. I
Education
haven't mentioned
Service.
them yet.
But
I'm
that's where we get the
So
basic
who gave them
education
the
from.
foundation?
The entrepreneurs themselves.
Who gave them foundation? That's a problem. See, today you give them free SHS. It's good.
It's good. But
Then-
what is the content of the free SHS?
So I'm saying that who gave them the foundation?
Ghana Education Service.
The foundation.
And not just the foundation, but the content of the foundation.
But the bottom line here is this. When you give birth to a child, you name the child. In fact, some of us, the name supposed to help the child to explore.
Okay.
2, the child supposed to grow better than you, the father.
Okay.
And so, you give the child the foundation.
Let's move past this.
So the child will come and attack us if you don't put things right.
So now, we how do we correct? We cannot undo what we have already done.
No.
But the gap of we the youth that have found ourselves in this situation, how do we solve their problem? And based on that, we use it to correct the next generation to come.
Yes. So like I said, so then the youth today, for example, those who give the foundation to the children should let the children know that there's a challenge which we have to do away with.
Okay.
By so doing, these are the criteria.
Okay.
We have to do ABCD to move from where we are
To
because yes, it's like me taking you to Accra to go and give you a job. When we got there, the owner of the job said, Charlie, the place is full or there's no vacancy.
so we need to change another job.
Yeah, change another job. So that's the situation.
So meaning the current curriculum in our education system
to-
from
they have to-
SHS
they have to change.
to the university,
They have to change.
we have to change
have to
them.
change.
It looks like that system was feeding the old industry where we don't have labor to feed our industry. So we need to train and teach them to go and fill that industry. Now the industry is choked.
Right.
Now we need to diversify into another industry
Where we having
we have to
where we-
become entrepreneurs.
where we having the industry.
Oh, we were having the engineering. When we take ECG, we need to get engineers to go and feed ECG. When we take VACO, TOR, the construction industry, we need to get engineers to feed those places. The accounting sector, the public sector.
One thing I would tell
Now
you,
all those places are choked
one
right
thing I
now.
would tell you, since childhood, I haven't seen ECG advertising for workers.
Yes. You've not seen it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
it's because now the engineers that are there are full. We don't have space
Yes.
for. So maybe some few ones just to be replacing the old ones that are
You
going on
see,
retirement.
So that is not even giving us anything. Even since it's not. It wasn't giving us.
It's-
Which we didn't realize. It wasn't given us.
So we keep on feeding an industry where we don't have
it wasn't given us.
the
I'm
industry
saying that
for.
between you and I,
Mhm.
and my bro, I've never seen any advertising from ECG, water and sewage, name them,
Sorry.
that they are saying
It's already
for the past 20 years to say that. Have you ever seen any advertise to say ECG are looking for maybe 20 or 30 or 100 workers and that people should bring an application? No. And so we saw the problem coming, and that's why I said we giving this young generation a foundation. We give them a bad foundation.
So we need to change the foundation.
Quickly. We are even almost late because we need to change quickly. Why is it that somebody like John Jamalo going into agric? It's because he saw something.
He is also an engineer. I learned he's a civil engineer.
So he saw something.
I interviewed one guy who is into pottery. He's a mechanical engineer, and he's saying that going to school is good to acquire the knowledge, but he uses his education as a mechanical engineer as to acquire the information, the knowledge, and the skill and network.
We've talked about that.
So he is not using the certificate that, okay, I've gone to do engineering, so let me find myself in the engineering industry. Now he's in the agri sector, applying.
If I will tell you the truth, 20 years ago, when I was, we could see the challenge. Because when I finished, I could see that employment was a problem. So it was politics. And so I realized that I don't want to go and face those challenges. Because even then, if you were to be employed, I mean, I have my uncle who used to work for ECG. Back then, it was pension. 20 years ago, I was telling you, it was pension. And you know, you go to ECG or you go for his pension pay. At that time, you know how much you get? 12 cedis.
12 cedis?
Yes, 12 cedis. And you want me to sit there? No.
And also get 12 cedis? No.
12 cedis.
Meanwhile, you can go into farming and get more than 12 cedis.
That is telling me that as early as that time, ECG has to start with was choked.
So why are leaders not seeing it?
Because they don't have the answers.
But they keep promising.
Yes, but you see, let me tell you one thing. Anybody that promises knows that is going to fail. Do not promise anybody. That's a fact.
And if you don't promise, they will not vote you into power.
So that is where the problem is. Don't go and promise. Don't promise anybody. I'm telling you. Because, bro, I'm telling you, if you promise your wife, you will fail.
Please, the youth, that's the first, the last advice before we move on. Don't promise your wife.
No, because you will fail.
Wow.
You will fail.
I cannot even laugh. Don't promise your wife.
No.
Wow.
Because if you fail, what are you going to tell her?
So do what you can when you are ready.
Let's